Hello everyone, this is Cristina Eltrayan, your host for the Pranic Consciousness Summit. We have now as a guest Gabriel Lesquoy, a holistic health researcher and Pranic teacher. Gabriel has been nourished by prana, has discovered this path in 2012, and he is now with us to explain us more about his journey and about what can be discovered on this path. Thank you, Gabriel, for joining us.
Thank you to you, Cristina, to invite me today.
Would you like to share a bit about your journey and about how you discovered this path of pranic nourishment?
Well, I was always interested by health questions, by energetic questions, by the general questions about life and death, what is before to live, what is after to die. And more I was engaged through different travels around the world to learn more about this. I was earlier passionate by the Buddhist way, Tibetan Buddhist way, and very early at 5, 6, 7 years old, I was making strange dreams. I was living some particular things in my bed, becoming very high or very small. This is the energetic body that moves. And I discovered the movie Light in 2012, 2011. I discovered
Peter Strobiger's movie, yeah?
Excuse me?
Peter Strobiger's movie.
Yes, Strobinger movie. I discovered it, and it was like an evidence, a revelation about this new and very old way to sustain from life. So I put my 2 feet inside, and I'm still inside more and more every day.
Perfect. So it was that movie that opened your path towards this possibility, yes?
Mainly because I also made a dream several months later that I was killing food. It was quite particular, and once more it was an evidence that this way of being fed by the natural energy of life was the right one. So.
And did you have some preparation, some process? So first of all, to clarify for our viewers, what is your understanding or your explanation for being nourished by prana? What does it mean to you?
So what does it mean to me to be fed by prana is, after 4 years of making the experience of prana feeding, I understand today that to be fed of prana is to be fed by the present, and to open one's eyes, one's hands, one's feet, all the antennas. We have to open it. Then, because we are straight, linked to the earth down, and linked to the sky up, so the energy can circulate normally, and then we are fully provided of this energy. So to be fed by the prana is to be fed by the present, and not to look after the prana, especially, I want to become pranic. No, for me it's wrong, because everybody is already pranic, more or less 20%. People who eat 2 or 3 times a day, they are said to be pranic at about 20%. And prana is everywhere. So the problem is not the prana, because it is everywhere, and we are also pranic, because we are also energetic. The quantic physics tell we are pranic, we are energy at 99%. So what is the problem? The problem is the conscious of being aware at the present time. This is for me the right way to be pranic and to become pranic, in fact.
So what you are saying basically is that the body is like a battery that is nourished from high down and from feet up, and that if we stay in the present, we are able to just encompass that energy, to receive it, yes?
Yes, just to open all the doors of the mental field, the emotional field, the spiritual field, the physical field, just to open all the doors so the light can come inside. But, you know, it is like God. Somebody told God is coming all the time to visit us, but we are not at home. So we never see him. It's like prana. Prana is like God, huh?
Life force.
Yes. So
like life force. So what would you say keeps people, so regular people who are nourished 2 or 3 times a day, what would you say keeps them from receiving more of that energy?
Very simply to listen more and more, to hear, to listen what is inside, what is saying inside when they are eating. Just to acknowledge what is inside when they are eating, and to eat less, but to eat also better. And the better way to eat, physically speaking, is to eat vegetables and fruits, natural, raw if possible, fresh ones, and just to be aware when they are eating. As an example, we do not chew enough. We do not chew enough when we eat. So people should be more aware of what they eat, if possible, raw vegetables, raw fruits, natural, fresh, and to drink, if possible, only water. Only water, and being aware of what the stomach tells, what the emotion says, is already a food. So the more they are listening themselves, not in the head, but in the body, this is very different in the body, just to listen, to hear and listen the body, the more fed they are, so the less solid food they will take.
So your path is basically acknowledging and respecting the body and listening to its sensations and what we feel during the eating process and during other processes of our life. So paying attention to the body and to what's happening inside of us, yes?
Yes. But not to think and to think and to think and to analyze. This is useless. Just to be present and to hear inside what is inside when they are eating, when they are not eating, and try to spend one day each week not to eat during 24 hours. To take, to be used to not to eat solid food, and like this, the pranic energy can come inside, and it's more and more, it's easier and easier.
So basically the preparation would be to eat more vegetables and fruits and going to raw food and being present in the body, and one day of not using physical food. We don't call it fasting because we are receiving nourishment from prana, yes?
Yes, this is...
And the body gets more prepared to receive this energy.
Yes, this is very, in a very fast summary, how to prepare the body, but we have also to prepare the mind, to prepare the emotions. So to live fully the emotions, not to feel afraid or to feel angry, and because of that we are eating, because we don't want to hear fear or angriness. No, just to live fully these emotions, to be got through by these emotions. Try not to think, try not to analyze, just to be present. And the best way to be present is to make the day, every day, as a meditation.
A living meditation.
Yes, a living meditation from the morning to the night.
Yes, and you, while others are saying to transcend the emotions, yes, you are more like saying to live through them, to encompass them and embody them and see what they show us. Yes.
Yes, as an
not judging them.
Without judging them, of course, but the best way to live the emotions is not to try to transform them, because it is already a temptation to avoid them. To desire to transform is already a desire to avoid, I say. So the best way is to be lived fully by these not pleasant emotions, to become one with the angriness, to become one, but in conscious, with the fear. And it is the best way, so these not pleasant emotions disappear by themselves, not because we decide they have to disappear. The more we decide they have to disappear, the more they will be present.
So just consciously observing them until that emotional energy is fully manifested and consumed, and until it brings the gift it wants to bring. Yes?
Yes, but not to observe them from outside, to observe them from inside.
In a conscious way.
Yeah, and from inside, to go inside the emotion and to live them, to be lived by them. So it is very, very easy after to work the famous alignment, the famous straight, to be straight.
Yes.
Straight.
Yes, because it's a fully acceptance of what we are, and at the end of our humanness.
Mm. As an example, in 2013, I lived a death anguish. Understand? A death
yes. The fear of death and what happens when you die.
Yes, I was feeling I was dying. Mm-hmm. Then I did not move. I felt it inside, didn't think at anything, and in 2, 3, 4 seconds it was disappeared. And after that there were so much energy everywhere. It was joy, full joy. It was wonderful. So,
as the fear of death is one of the biggest human fears.
And because of that, everybody knows it's not easy. Huh? It's not easy.
Well, 4 minutes doesn't seem long. So for you, it seemed really, really okay. So it seemed like a really transformation from this fear. And before you got into this state, this pranic state, did you have any preparation? So what was your life and your lifestyle before getting here?
No, my life was completely normal as today also. Today my life is completely normal. The only difference is this solid food that I don't eat no more like before. Before I was eating 3 times a day, and I started to live less, to eat less, to eat two times a day, after 1 time a day, after only fruits and vegetables. And in 2012, I spent 3 times 10 days not eating, and to be fed by prana, with techniques of meditation, relaxation, visualization, breathing. And in 2013, I spent 13 days in August with a Pranic process. After that, everything is okay. So it's it's good.
So now you are not using physical food as nourishment, or you just take it from time to time when you feel you do you ever feel like eating? Do you still eat from time to time?
I still take maybe once a week, once in a while, some mushrooms and some chocolate.
Chocolate, yes.
Chocolate, some mushroom. Why? Yes. Why? Because I never wanted to force anything, to say, so I'm Pranic, now I don't eat no more, and after that I will drink no more. I don't want this. I want to observe myself. I want to meditate every day of what I'm doing, what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling, of course. But today there is still some mushrooms, some chocolate, and I know it's going to disappear sooner or later, but just to acknowledge what is in my present time.
Yes, so you would say the most important things is being in tune with the body and what it needs, and not block anything, not try to you know, fix anything, because everything is okay. And if you still feel to eat from time to time, it's a normal and accepted attitude. Yes.
Yes, because probably to have too much desire concerning something might be already the desire of the ego.
Yes.
Or the desire to avoid a part of oneself.
Yes.
So
it's better to be free from anything and just take whatever you feel and accept however the life is going through you. Yes.
For me, freedom is to be free of solid food. It is to be free of solid food. But this is not because I say this that I have to force to stop anything, to stop everything today. Slowly but surely. Slowly but surely.
Yes.
Yes. Because you see, you know, I know you know also. This is not because you are Pranic that you are completely happy.
Exactly.
So it might be a real mistake for me to really desire to be Pranic in order to be free, in order to be happy. No, try to be happy, try to be free at the present time, day after day. Then you will become slowly, you will become Pranic.
And for so many, the concept of not eating is the main concept, who is, you know, not allowing the pranic feeding, because it's still a concept, it's still a mental imposition.
Yes, because the mental works on the basis of opposition, 0 or 1, on or off, light or dark, white or so. The pranic conscience, which is the conscious, there is not a pranic conscious. There is only one conscious for me, and the conscious is to be in unity with everything. You can be Pranic and eat some steak, some beef steak. You can eat also some whatever you want. But the problem is not to eat or not to eat. The problem is to be aware of what you eat, how you eat, and the more you do this, the less you will have to eat, because the conscious is the real food for me. The conscious is the real food, because there is prana everywhere. We are missing more conscious.
Yes, and the more present you are, the more you are allowing this energy to support you. Did your lifestyle change? You said you are living a normal life, but I am insisting more on this because people need to know what maintains this state of consciousness. So do you have some certain practices that you do every day? Do you have certain so meditations or something else?
I do not need anymore to practice anything, but it's true that I'm leading each month some groups in Pranic entertainment. Like today, as an example, I'm going for two weeks to lead a group of 15 people. Then I practice with them 2 or 3 times a day Pranic practices, so they can learn and be fed by the prana. Otherwise, by myself, I practice table tennis. I have practiced ski. I practice dancing. I'm reading. So
yes. So you are even free from that. So you do not need to have a certain discipline in order to hold that state. It's already settled in you.
yes.
You don't need any tools.
Yes. In the cell of the body, there are 2 mechanisms to be fed. The biological one to be fed of the solid food, and the pranic one to be fed by the energy of life, which is this one a little bit lazy in everybody, lazy, working very slowly, because the solid one works too fast. So to eat less and better makes this biological fall asleep. Then you awaken the pranic way. Then when this mechanism of prana is awakened, fully awakened, you can live of prana without having to do any practice anymore.
Would you say this change, this shifting from the biological to the pranic way is like a shift in density for ourselves?
It's like a
shift or change in density. So the density of the body is changing in order to be nourished in this way?
Of course, the density of the body changes because you will probably have to lose several kilos.
I mean the vibrational density.
Yes, yes, of course, because the more I made the experience that the more I was eating solid, the heavier the body density was. The less you eat solid, the more you eat prana, the more you open all the antennas, the more you live at the present time, the higher the density is, the higher higher the density is, the less heavy it becomes.
And would you say this shift has changed your life or your awareness in some way? Could you give us some details about this?
Well, before 2012, I didn't believe of the guides of the parallel plans, and I met some of them in my dreams during the nights, and I made some shamanic experience with the rain falling, as becoming the rain which was falling in the street. I never experienced this before, and now I can also see in the quantum field some more. I can see more easier the energy. Before, it never happened. Now I can, with my hand, I can touch somebody. I close the eyes, I can travel inside. I can travel inside the body. I can see many things like this.
It's like seeing through the hand.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. It's natural.
Yes, it's natural. But when you sleep, you don't know and you think it is extraordinary. But no, it's not extraordinary. It is completely ordinary. It's natural.
Yes.
We only rediscover what has been there all the time from so long.
So to sum it up, it's like a widening and opening of the perceptions.
Because the less you the less you eat solid, the more the body will be cleaned with the detoxified by the sight, the touching, the hearing, the smelling, but at the same time there will be the
clairvoyant. Yes.
Yes, clairvoyance, clairvoyance, telepathy, intuition, they will increase at the same time. More or less, it depends on people.
Yes, and it very much depends on what we have to manifest and what's helpful for us and others. Yes.
So before I was believing I was seeing the life in colors, but in fact I was seeing life in white and dark. Well, white and dark.
Black and white, yes.
Black and white. But now with the prana, life is much more colored, much more colored. It's much more beautiful.
And vivid, yes.
Yes, yes. So
another question that people are often asking is that are you affected, or does your prana intake change in any way when you are in the city and when you are in nature, and also when you are by yourself and when you are in crowded places with many people? Does this change anything for you?
A lot of people think prana is different in town than in the countryside. Yes, but the countryside is also more beautiful. So you believe that prana is more beautiful also. But prana is everywhere. Is in the countryside, in town, underground, in the cellar, everywhere. So it's always more pleasant to spend some time in the forest, on the beach, of course. But personally, I realized that with this conscious increased, I feel so well with myself everywhere, in town, in the countryside, in the forest, in Paris, everywhere. So take aware, take care about the beliefs that here is better than here.
Yes,
probably it is an illusion.
Non-duality, yes?
Non-duality, yes, non-duality. The best prana is here and now. The best prana is here and now.
True. We know that you have a scientific background as a nurse, and you studied the medicine, so the biology of the human body.
Yes. A little bit.
Yes, it's one of your most important background preparations, as we've seen. How would you say this is possible from the scientific level?
Could you repeat, please? Could you repeat?
Yes. How would you say this state, this pranic intake, is possible from the scientific level? What would be the scientific explanation for it, if there is one?
How to explain scientifically the pranic possibility? Mm-hmm. Well, there are so few, a few, I don't know, a few studies today about this. But what we know is we are made of billions and billions of cells, the physical body, made of cells. These cells are, they have inside the energetic factory, which is called the mitochondria. I don't know in English, mitochondria.
Yes, it's correct. We know
mitochondria.
what they are.
Yes. So when we eat solid food, the mitochondria get the energy from this solid food, but this is not the perfect food because of all the toxins inside and very few living energy, pranic energy. When solid food is cooked, there is no more energy. Then with the quantic way of living, way of be fed by the physical body, the energy comes directly from everywhere, from outside everywhere, through the pores,
yes,
through the pores everywhere, from the chakras everywhere, from the breathing, and this energy goes straight to the energy to the cell without going through the stomach. There is no digestion. It goes through the mitochondria. And there is one very important piece concerning this mechanism, which is the pineal gland. Pineal gland.
Yes.
Pineal gland. This is very important. There are also some specific pranic, how do you say, receptor everywhere.
Yeah.
In the teeth, in all the skeleton, in the muscles, in the, how do you say, ganglions?
Yes.
In the ganglions, there are pranic receptors everywhere in the body. So it is very easy to be fed by the prana. Just to eat less, better, less, to live the more possible straight through the present, day after day, and one day it appears.
In a natural way without forcing it, yes?
Sometimes it doesn't appear, and I'm not sure it is the way, it is what everybody has to live in this life. Not everybody has to become pranic, to live fully pranically speaking.
Perfect.
And, no. It arrived in my life, but it won't arrive in the life of everybody. And what some people will live, I will not have to live it. So it's like this. You know, as an example, I get some call phones everybody all the day, and one man called me several months ago. He's a truck driver. He's very simple, not too much
mental complication. Yes.
Yes, and he didn't study a lot at school. He's very simple, but he prays all the time. He's a Christian prayer all the time. And he told me at the phone, I don't understand, because I live very simply. I don't read anything. I know nothing, and I pray all the time. When I drive my truck, I pray. And you know what? I eat less and less, and I don't lose some weight, and I feel very good, and almost I do not eat anymore. What's happening? I told him, welcome to the pranic field. Sometimes it happens like this.
So it's more about how we are able to encompass love or the divine, and not really the practices or how much mental activity we have there about it.
Yes, so, you know, there are also some people that want to become pranic to be in the unity, and I say it's wrong. It's wrong. To become pranic, to be in the unity is wrong. To cultivate the unity day after day, moment after moment is the best way to become pranic. Yes.
So unity is the path to prana, not prana is the path to unity, or the pranic journey, we mean. Yeah.
Yes. And the best spirituality is not tomorrow, is not Buddhist or Muslim or Christian. The best spirituality, which is prana for me, is the present. To live at the present.
We thank you so much for sharing this with us and for giving such a good insight about the non-mental process of being pranic, because you know, everybody is about techniques and practices and stuff, and you just say it simple, just stay here and now, just watch inside, and it all comes to you.
You know, as an example, to say the same thing but differently, you have a steak. You like very much a steak. You do not like salad or tomato. It is much better for health to eat the steak with mustard, ketchup, everything you want, but because you like, it's much better to eat this with conscience than to force yourself to eat the tomato or salad that you do not like.
Mm-hmm. So it's happiness that matters, to sum it up.
That's the beginning of being aware.
Yes. Yes, we understand. We thank you for sharing this. Is this anything you would like to add, or can we have a secret from you? Can you tell us what are the techniques that you recommend during your workshops or your gatherings with the groups? What are the exercises you do with them?
As an example, this is the 4th year I propose the group leadings in prana food and in pranic conscious, and from last year I introduced in my workshops 4.5 and 4:30 meditation in early in the morning. Mm-hmm. At 4:30 I introduced a meditation, and the meditation is just to be present, just to feel breathing. It may be sometimes I practice the vipassana meditation, yes, like this, or sometimes I teach my students to practice the pranayama.
Yes, the breathing techniques, yes.
Or Kundalini meditation.
Yes.
But breathing is very important because this is a strong way to connect with the body and to disconnect with the mental at the same time. And just to put the intentions that breathing is no more oxygen, but it is light, sun, conscious, joy, and it works easier like this.
Yes, so just to visualize light as air going throughout the body.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. We won't keep you any longer because we know we promised it will be just a 30-minute interview, so we don't want to take too much of your schedule. But is there anything you would like to add or let us know?
Well, each time now when I finish a conference, a public conference, I finish by saying to everybody, be free, be aware, and be happy.
Thank you, and blessings to you.
Thank you, Cristina. Thank you, and thank you all the Romanian people for watching this.
Yes, actually, we are watched from people around the world, but the main intention was to do this for Romania. But after a while, we realized that we can broadcast it all over the world. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much. Maybe we will see us in June in Italy, I guess.
Sure. Yes, we meet there. We have a conference there as well. Yes.
So I will meet us. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Goodbye.
Have a beautiful day.
You too. Bye.